Today is the day that Donald Trump was supposed to meet with Senator Chuck Schumer and Leader Hakeem Jeffries to discuss preventing a government shutdown. But of course, Trump blew it all up with a Truth Social post. At this point, it's clear that Republicans want a shutdown. Mike Johnson sent his members home, and Republicans in Congress are still refusing to acknowledge the problem, that healthcare costs are going to go through the roof without any action. And Democrats' position on this is simple. Healthcare is a right, and every American should be able to afford it. We want to reverse the cuts to healthcare that Trump has pushed through and protect your family's budget. While Republicans are the party of no and shutting down the government, Democrats will continue to hold the line to save your bottom line. I'm Curtis Bradley Brown, director of DNC Studios, and your host for today. It's Thursday, September 25th, and this is the Democrats' Daily Blueprint. So at midnight on September 30th, when government funding runs out, Republicans will be to blame. And a majority of voters, 59%, agree, blaming either President Trump or congressional Republicans for a government shutdown. Here's Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury spelling it out.
Let me just put it this way. Democrats are going to show up for work on Monday. Now, will the Republicans show up? I kind of doubt they will because they've already canceled votes, but we plan to be there in the Capitol. So I think it's going to be very hard for them to claim that they pin the shutdown on us when they've already canceled votes and they control the House, the Senate, and the White House. This is their fundamental constitutional responsibility. Do we want a shutdown? Absolutely not. What we want is to keep the government funded with a bipartisan bill that protects federal programs and restores health care for tens of millions of Americans.
Democrats don't want a shutdown. The American people don't want a shutdown. But Republicans would rather shut down the government than extend the tax credits that help middle-class Americans afford their health care. That's why we need to elect more Democrats to put a check on this out-of-control administration. And on Tuesday, elections were held in parts of Arizona and Georgia, and the results were what we've been seeing all year long: Democrats winning or overperforming on Election Day. And so far this year, Democratic candidates have won or overperformed in 45 of 47 key elections. And with Adelita Grijalva's win in Arizona's 7th district, it means that the bipartisan effort to release the full Epstein files will have the 218 votes necessary to force a floor vote. All across the country, Democrats are focused on transparency, accountability, and getting shit done for the American people. And we're running on bringing down the cost of healthcare, creating more jobs, building more housing, and restoring public trust in government. Like in Pennsylvania, where this November, 3 Pennsylvania Supreme Court justices are running to retain their seats. We've highlighted them here on the Daily Blueprint. They are Christine Donahue, Kevin Darty, and David Wecht. And the DNC is all hands on deck with a new 6-figure investment to free up funds for paid programming like direct mail and to support volunteer organizing efforts across the Commonwealth. In short, we're investing to ensure that Pennsylvania voters choose their justices, not right-wing billionaires trying to buy seats. And speaking of crucial races, for today's segment of 60 candidates in the 60 days leading up to the November elections, we're shining a spotlight on Dr. Alicia Johnson, a Democratic candidate for the Public Service Commission in Georgia. A leader in human services and community development, Dr. Johnson brings nearly 30 years of experience working to grow employment, expand access to healthcare, and create economic opportunities for underserved Georgians. And as a current Georgia Power customer, something no current commissioner can say, she knows firsthand what rising utility bills means for real families. So to make calls, knock doors, and volunteer with the Johnson campaign, go to alicia4Georgia.com. You can find the link in the video description below. Thanks so much for joining us today for the episode of the Daily Blueprint. We're here every weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern on the DNC's YouTube page. Until tomorrow.